Hello, Pioneers. My name is Sam Martin.
And I'm Andrew Ingram, and this is The Press.
Today's cover story is Israel's declaration of war against the Gazan terrorist group Hamas.
But first, let's take a look at the earthquake that struck Afghanistan.
Hey Pioneers, let's take a look into a massive earthquake that struck Afghanistan last week.
A powerful earthquake struck western Afghanistan Saturday. The Taliban spokesman, Zabihullah Mujahid, has reported that 2,053 people have been killed, another 1,320 have been injured, and over 1,300 houses have been partially or completely destroyed. According to ABC, quote, "It's one of the world's deadliest earthquakes this year, following tremors in Turkey and Syria, in which an estimated 50,000 people were killed," end quote. The 6.3 magnitude earthquake was felt by residents in surrounding provinces and took place 25 miles away from Herat city, the third largest city in Afghanistan. Multiple resources have since been sent to the destruction site, including food, medicine, clothing, and water in hopes of a quick recovery for the country.
That's all I have for you today. Now back to the desk.
Thanks, Kylie. Last week, the country of Israel formally declared war against Hamas, a terrorist organization residing in Palestine. This comes after Hamas forces carried out a surprise attack on Gaza by firing more than 4,000 rockets, killing approximately 1,300 civilians, including 11 Americans during Yom Kippur, a Jewish holiday.
As well as the attack on Gaza, another surprise attack was fed out by more Palestinian forces at an Israeli music festival. Hundreds of civilians were seen fleeing the scene while Palestinian forces opened fire on the crowd. After the attack, more than 260 bodies were recovered at the scene, concluding that Saturday has been the deadliest day in decades for the country of Israel.
This ongoing conflict has led Israel to attack a Palestinian refugee camp on the coast of Gaza, off the Gaza Strip, killing at least 560 refugees. Declaration of war comes after years of tension surrounding Hamas and Israel. Multiple counts of kidnapping and torture against Israelis by Hamas terrorists have been reported. These acts have been tracked by human rights organizations and are being considered evidence of war crimes. A total of 150 civilians have been taken hostage.
On the 2024 election front, on Monday, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. decided to step down from his attempt at the Democratic Party nomination. Kennedy has since announced that he will be running as an independent in the upcoming election. Kennedy has since said, quote, "The Democrats are frightened that I'm going to spoil the election for President Biden, and the Republicans are frightened that I'm going to spoil it for Trump. The truth is, they're both right. My intention is to spoil it for both of them," end quote. Republicans are scrambling to unify as yet another election for House speakership nears. With a divided Republican Party in the U.S. House of Representatives, it's getting harder and harder for them to come to a conclusive decision on a Republican candidate for Speaker. Top contenders for filling this vacancy include Democratic Hakeem Jeffries, Republican Jim Jordan, who happens to be our congressional representative here in Ohio, and Republican Steve Scalise of Louisiana.
Government officials are saying that there's no time more crucial than now to find a stable House Speaker. With the recent attacks in Israel and Palestine, they fear that proper aid cannot be given to the thousands in need until our government is out of its own chaos. Quote, "The world is watching. They're seeing a dysfunctional democracy," end quote, says Representative Michael McCall, Republican of Texas. Senior House officials who are well-versed in their strategy have their sights set on exploring potential impeachment charges involving bribery and abuse of power in relation to President Biden. They are committed to advancing an inquiry aimed at linking the president to his son's overseas business ventures.
On Wednesday, Republican lawmakers released records of wire transfers from a Chinese businessman to Hunter Biden in 2019 that listed his father's Wilmington, Delaware address, suggesting it was an indication that the elder Biden had profited off of those transactions, but the home was Hunter Biden's primary residence at the time. although the House Committee on Oversight is holding hearings on this matter. Officials are saying that they are struggling to produce strong evidence for their case. On Tuesday, Russia's bid to secure a place on the United Nations Human Rights Council was unsuccessful as the majority of General Assembly member countries voted against it. This outcome underscores the enduring international commitment to isolating Moscow due to its involvement in the conflict in Ukraine, even after almost 20 months of ongoing hostilities.
Also on Tuesday, federal prosecutors requested that Judge Compo, former President Donald Trump's, to disclose several months prior to his trial on charges related to attempting to overturn the 2020 elections. Whether he plans to defend himself by attributing poor legal counsel to the team of lawyers who were advising him at that time. Thanks for listening, Pioneers. For the Juice, I'm Sam Martin.
And I'm Andrew Ingram. Remember to stay juicy, Pioneers, and have a great day.